Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're looking at a stack of legal and technical reports dealing with fully autonomous AI-driven inland shipping.
Yeah, it's a huge topic right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
The mission for you listening today is to decode a massive legal puzzle. Like exactly who takes the blame when a massive crewless cargo ship crashes.
Right, because this isn't just a theoretical exercise anymore.
Exactly. Our sources highlight a pretty stark reality. By 2030, the pool of shipping personnel is expected to shrink by 25%.
That's a massive drop.
Yeah, so AI automation on our waterways isn't some sci-fi luxury, it is an existential necessity for the survival of the global supply chain. Okay, let's unpack this.
What's fascinating here is the massive shift in maritime law happening right now to accommodate that reality. Just to anchor us in a timeline, as of January 1st, 2025, the Netherlands officially updated the regulations to allow for crewless testing on their waterways.
Wow, so it's already happening.
Oh, absolutely. But to actually make that work, the legal world had to pivot entirely away from the traditional concept of human fault and move toward strict liability.
Hold on, just to clarify the legal jargon here, what does a shift to strict liability mean practically for the people building these ships?
Right, so it means we are no longer trying to prove that a human captain was negligent or made a bad judgment call. Under strict liability, if the product causes harm, the manufacturer is legally responsible, regardless of intent.
I see.
Yeah, and because of the new EU Product Liability Directive from late 2024, navigation software is now legally treated as a physical product.
Wait, so if an autonomous ship crashes due to a software defect, the software developer themselves can be held directly liable for the damages?
Exactly, directly liable.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because those developers aren't just coding basic navigation paths anymore. They're literally having to code crisis management.
Trolley problem?
Yes, the reports outline a modern waterway trolley problem. Imagine an AI ship carrying dangerous goods suffers a mechanical failure. The system realizes a crash is unavoidable.
A nightmare scenario.
It has to make a split-second choice. Does it hit a passenger yacht straight ahead, or does it swerve into the quay, causing a massive toxic leak that endangers thousands of local residents? How do developers even begin to program a machine to make that kind of choice?
It is an incredible burden. I mean, they have to hard code specific ethical frameworks into the machine's hierarchy of outcomes. If we connect this to the bigger picture, you can see why the August 2024 EU AI Act categorizes these autonomous ships as high-risk systems.
High risk makes total sense.
Yeah, because AI is actively replacing human judgment in the physical world. And you and I know the dangers of algorithmic bias in software, but out on the water, the legal implications are massive.
How so?
Well, think about the training data. If developers only train the AI using data from modern digitally connected vessels, the system might completely fail to recognize an older, non-digital fishing boat.
Ah, right, because it hasn't seen one before.
Exactly. That creates an unfair distribution of safety, putting certain vessels at high risk simply because they don't exist in the AI's training data.
So, what does this all mean? From the sources, it looks like the industry's answer to all this liability is human oversight. The captain's wheel is moving off the water and into shore control centers.
Which is a huge structural shift.
It is, and it's actually incredible for accessibility. It opens up highly skilled shipping jobs for people with physical disabilities who might never have been able to physically navigate a cargo vessel.
That is a great point.
But moving control to the shore introduces a massive new vulnerability. If a hacker breaches the connection between the control center and the ship, they aren't just stealing data, they've essentially...
They're taking the wheel.
Right. They've essentially captured a massive remote-controlled weapon floating right into a city's critical infrastructure.
This raises an important question. With all these intersecting systems, who is actually responsible? The overriding conclusion from the legal reports is that the AI itself is never truly responsible.
Yes, it's just code.
Exactly. An algorithm doesn't have a conscience, and it certainly doesn't have a bank account to pay damages. Even as we hand over the wheel to these advanced neural networks, the ultimate moral and legal weight rests entirely on humans.
The developers.
Yes, the developers writing the code, the security teams managing the network patches, and the lawmakers setting the parameters are the ones carrying the burden.
That is a heavy reality for the tech sector to shoulder. And it leaves us with one final thought for you to mull over.
Let's hear it.
The sources emphasize that for society to accept crewless ships, the AI must be proven to be significantly safer than human captains. But let's look down the road. If AI eventually reaches a point where it is statistically flawless, avoiding accidents with mathematical perfection, will society reach a point where it is considered legally reckless or maybe even a crime to let a flawed, unpredictable human steer a ship at all?
That is a wild thought to end on.
Something for you to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.